I almost just now said, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. Hey guys, my name is Mondina and I am a nursing student. I can't even believe I'm making this video right now. I am in nursing school and I have a previous YouTube channel. I will link it down below, but this is the only time I'm ever gonna link it because I want this page to just never ever return. I used to make videos a long time ago, but I decided to make a brand new YouTube channel because I want it to be based on this new chapter of my life. You know, I've been going through lots of transitions and I am in nursing school now and I'm going to be done in 2 semesters. So there's a lot going on and I really want to make a video at the end of every semester to really display a lot of the good things I have and, you know, talk about what I've learned, any advice and tips from anyone who's currently in nursing school, anyone who's interested in nursing. And my journey has been anything but linear, you know, so I really think this could help somebody. So I have my iPad here with a bunch of questions from TikTok. I will also link that down below. But I posted I said that I was going to make a nursing related video and I asked everybody to put down some questions. So I'm going to be reading a whole bunch of them. There are a bunch of questions, so I'm going to kind of try to speed through this. Before we even get started, I wanted to just talk to you guys about my first semester though, because there are a lot of questions, especially because my program is a non-traditional program and I always try to talk about this program to whoever will hear because it is such a good opportunity that people don't even know exists and I didn't even know it existed myself. So I am in an ABSN program, which is an accelerated Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. So this program is specifically for people who currently have a degree in another field. So let's say you have a degree in my degree was in biology. I'm saying let's say, like, I can't just use myself. I have a degree in biology and I didn't necessarily, like, if you already have the credits, you can, like the prerequisite courses, you can just transfer them over. But if you don't have the credits, you might have to take the prerequisites that are required to get into nursing. So that's anatomy and physiology 1, anatomy and physiology 2, microbiology, nutrition, chemistry 1, labs. There are a few other ones too, but if you already have a degree and you already have those classes, you might be fully eligible to take those classes. My first degree in bio, I took other classes that were equivalents, so I didn't necessarily have to take those classes with that same title. They unfortunately did not register over, so I basically got the degree portion to I had that eligibility to go into this nursing program, the second degree nursing program, but I also had to take those prerequisite classes. So I had to take AMP 1, 2, what is it? I took a whole bunch of classes. Okay, so the first question for my first semester was, what do you enjoy most about the program and what did you do or what do you struggle with the most? So it didn't really hit me that my program was going to be this fast paced. It's an accelerated degree. I should know that. I should expect that. But unfortunately, it didn't really hit me until halfway through when I realized that I was having exams every other week. Like, it was really intense. We would go through so much material, especially because I started in a summer session. So my summer session was even more condensed, so we were just going over so much material, and then we would have an exam and the exam would be on like 10 to 15 chapters, a lot of information. So I wasn't really expecting that and it kind of took me by surprise and I had to really just keep trying different methods of studying. So that was the most surprising thing for me. Content wise, I love it. I love the content, but it doesn't even matter if you love the content or not in nursing school. It's about how well you can manage your time and how well you're managing everything else that's going on in your life. So that was really a lot for me, but I really did enjoy the first semester, but we'll talk more about the first semester. Another question says, I started the same program in September. Super nervous. Can you tell me what to expect? I also recently cut back on my full-time job so I can focus. Girl, I also had to do the same thing. I had a full-time job. I had to quit it because one thing that they make you sign at the beginning of the program is a document saying that you're not going to work because it's impossible to be an accelerated program if you're going to have a full-time job. My program is specifically 15 months, but there are accelerated programs that range anywhere between 11 to 18 months. I knew 18 months would be too long. I definitely could go a little faster. And 11 months sounded really, really tempting. Like, I would love to be done in 11 months, but there are barely any breaks in between. You go really, really fast, and I just was not comfortable with, like, I'm already having a hard time with the 15 because it's so much all the time. So I just didn't want to do the 11. So I had to take another position. It's a per diem job, which just means that you can pick days to work. It's like a per shift per day. So I was working 1 day a week, and that's barely enough to, like, pay your phone bill or groceries or something. But that's because I have to support and I can do that, but a lot of people can't, so some people still work, but they work part-time. There's no way you can be in an accelerated program or even be in, I don't want to say nursing school, because a lot of people work through regular nursing school for years. Like, not everybody can just afford to now be working in nursing school, but a lot of people in my program specifically had to either drop out because they couldn't afford to not work full-time, or they had to cut back on their hours, like she said, and they work 2 days or 3 days a week. So it's really up to you and based on what you're willing to sacrifice right now, but it's so worth it because it goes so fast. So if you can get support, like, reach out to a family member, reach out to your village, like, find a way, because the 1.5 years is going to go by so fast. It's so worth it. It's like a temporary sacrifice. It's worth it. Okay, the next one. So can you tell us how hard nursing school is for real? Let us know what we're coming up against. Girl, not even gonna lie, if you really like science, if you really like learning about the human body, I feel like you will do well. It's a lot. Not you have to have that love for the human body. You have to have that love for science, and you have to have a love of learning. I feel like a lot of times I'm in my difficult classes, I'm like, damn, this is so much information. But then I really, in my core, really do enjoy the information, so it's like a lot of work, but it's totally feasible. And other people are like, yeah, it's feasible. You could do it, but, like, it's a lot. But some people might tell you that it's a lot, like, it's impossible. Like, don't listen to them. It's definitely feasible. Like, we get nurses every single year, thousands of nurses, thousands and thousands. Like, obviously they're doing it, and these accelerated programs are here. People are passing them. People are passing their NCLEX after, so obviously they're doing it, so not everybody's failing. It's really just up to you to figure out if you really want it bad enough. Like, the material is a lot, but if you have support, if you're able to dedicate time to really just sit down and study, if you really love the material and you really want to do well, there's no way you won't be able to do well. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's a lot, and it is, but you can do it. You know what I mean? I hope that helps. Okay. What advice would you have for people working as PCAs during an ABSN program? Honestly, working as a PCA, PCT, CNA, so those are patient care technicians. My position is a patient care technician. I would do it over and over and over again. I would advise anybody who can get any sort of healthcare experience before, even just as a volunteer at the hospital or in any healthcare setting, go for it. It's so helpful. There's a lot of anxiety that comes with going to a patient's room for the first time and just really trying to figure out, what to do, how to speak to them. But once you already have just a little tiny bit of experience, you're already so much more comfortable because you've been there before. You're comfortable speaking to a patient, etc. So having any sort of healthcare experience really does help. Again, you won't be able to work a lot if that's your job during, school, or especially if you're doing an accelerated program or whatever. But I do work 1 day a week, every week. I've done it all last semester, and this semester I haven't started again because this semester just began. But I'm definitely going to do it too. So it's definitely possible. Where do you go to school? I don't know if I want to tell y'all. I'm probably going to tell you at the end. My last semester, I'm going to tell y'all. I do wear my ID, but mind your business. Okay. Financially, how do you pay for it? So I took out loans. A lot of people take out loans because it's expensive. But, some people, if you can afford it, just go for it, pay for it. It is what it is. But I personally do Sally Mae. That's my best friend. We're not worrying about it right now. We just want to be in school. Loans are loans. We'll worry about those later. Can you talk about how competitive it is to get into a program? I feel like that's a whole separate video because I really want to take the time to talk about how competitive it is, like how hard it is to get into nursing school. I feel, because I see so many people talking about like the fact that they try and it's a lot. Even for me, like when I decided to apply to my program, for summer 2021, but I wasn't even done with all the classes that I needed, so I wasn't able to start until summer 2022, you know? So there's a lot that you have to do beforehand, and that's a whole separate video. So let me know if you guys want to see that. Drop it in the comments. Okay, we're moving on. So someone said, did you get your ADN before starting the ABSN? Because for second bachelors are usually 2 years, but for ADN to BSN is faster. So that's also a separate video I can make. Not me getting videos ideas, but this is a separate video for sure, because there are different ways to go into nursing if you want to be a nurse. My program specifically is for people who already have a bachelor's degree, who are not nurses, who want to get a bachelor's degree in nurses. So it's kind of that bridge. So like all of your credits, your degree credits transfer over to the second degree. Your general requirements, all of those classes transfer over. And now that you're in this second nursing degree, all you have to do is take the nursing classes, you know? So that's one way. But there are also other programs like ADN program, which is a associate's degree of nursing, so it's just 2 years. So some people do the 2-year program and then they start working and then branch out to do their bachelor's. So everybody does it differently, but yeah, that's another thing. So how do you study for exams? How do you deal with the fast pace? So last semester I took pathophysiology, pharmacology, health assessment, fundamentals of nursing, and then skills, which was our practice clinical. It was a lot, not even gonna lie. So before our program started, they told everybody that they had the option of taking either pathophysiology and pharmacology ahead of time and then transfer it over, but it had to be from the specific place. So I was only able to take patho. I took it like 1 month before school started, so it kind of felt like I was taking it in school, because as soon as I finished, I started school again. So it was kind of like that. But it's a lot. A lot of people who took all 5 classes during the semester really struggle. Like, it's really hard to, not the content itself is difficult. That's not what I mean when I say it's hard. It's just hard to manage doing assignments for all of those classes at the same time. So on exam weeks, they would have pathophysiology exams on Monday. On Tuesday, we would have a health assessment exam. On Thursday, we would have a pharm exam, you know, so it would be like that. So it's a lot of time management, but again, feasible because they passed. I start next January and I'm super nervous. Did you take pharmacology? Yes, I did take pharm. Love pharmacology. There are a few classes that people say that are the hardest in nursing school, and pharmacology is one of them. Med-surg is another one too. I'm in med-surg right now this semester. It's only been 2 weeks, but I like it a lot so far because a lot of the nursing things, you know, you're actually doing it now. You're actually seeing it now. It's a lot. You have to learn lab values and all this stuff. So far, that's what we're doing anyway. So it seems like it's a lot of information, but it's like, it feels more real now. So that's why I enjoy it. But I don't know about, ask me at the end of the semester. I don't know. But pharm was my absolute favorite last semester. It was a whole lot of memorization. It was a whole lot, but I really enjoyed it. Now I know, like, I can see a medication and I identify what it's for, even though I've never heard the medication before. You know what I mean? So I really liked it, but not everybody could say that. So, but we can make another video on study tips, because I feel like pharm is the class that I studied. No, pharm is the class that I studied for the most all last semester. So I have so many great tips on how to study for that. What do you wish you knew before you started? I honestly wish I had better organizational skills, honestly, because I came into the program really just ready for like trial and error, because everybody tells you that your first semester of nursing school is trial and error. So just be patient with yourself, be willing to try everything, be open-minded, try different studying methods. If one doesn't work, do another one. So that's kind of what I did. The first test, I got it like an 85 or something. That was great, actually. Not like, don't get me wrong, I'll take it, you know, because it was like a whole lot of, I think it was like 20 chapters first test in like 2 to 3 weeks. So I was barely getting over the information. Like, I was just studying and it was already test time and I didn't even get to studying all of it, you know. So my first test, I wasn't really super mad, but I was determined to do better. So I feel like every test I kept trying different methods, like, okay, this works, this doesn't work. And I really wish I knew myself beforehand. So if there's one big advice I'll give anybody, like, just know your studying styles, know what works, know what doesn't. I did really well in group settings. Like I only had like one close studying partner, so we would go to the library. Don't like go to the library and like joke around, actually study. So we would go and sit down and we would study and go back and forth and go back and forth. Like that really helps me. Or if we had assignments due, we would have a group of us just go to the library, sit down and all do our homework together, you know. So it really just, dang, they're so loud. It really just helps to have somebody there with you to do the work. So, you know, just know how you like to study, know yourself, and be honest with yourself. Don't tell yourself, oh, no, I'm going to do this homework later, knowing dang well you're going to go home and take a nap. You know what I mean? Or watch TV. Like, be honest, be for real. Like, know yourself, know how you study, know how to, because there's not enough time to play anyway. So, especially in an accelerated program, there's so much going on all the time. There's not enough time. Like, you would go over a lecture today and you could get tested on it the next week, you know. So it's so fast that you kind of have to be on top of it and just be realistic and know what your strengths are and know what your limitations are and kind of just go from there. So someone says, I'm following your journey. I'm gonna close this window, they're so loud.
One eternity later.
Okay, I am back. Okay, this comment says, I'm following your journey because I'll be starting next year. Thank God I came across your page. You're a blessing. I love that. Thank you. I honestly want this page to be a space where we can talk openly. I've always longed for a space where I could actually talk. Last YouTube channel, I was trying to do this thing where I was trying to make viral content. Not viral content, but like stuff that I thought people would like. I'm not doing that anymore. I've always wanted a place to just, you know, talk and vent and stuff. So that's actually what I want to do here, especially like school related material. This is not just going to be nursing school content. I'm in nursing school now, so we're going to get nursing school content now. But then after nursing school, I'm probably hoping to go to grad school, and that could be a whole different experience. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, at every stage of our life, we're going to be experiencing different things, and I really just want some friends to talk about it with. Also, I don't English most times, but it's okay. I'm so happy. Okay. And definitely let me know what you guys want to see. You know, I'm sure you guys have so many questions about the accelerated program. It's such a good opportunity because everybody has a whole, you know, like story, and I want you guys to get to know mine and we can talk about yours. And yeah, talk in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.